Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hypermine Vanilla Season 3. Are you ready? You haven't told us what we're doing today. No, but are you ready? I'm ready. Everybody else on Hypermine is ready for this one. Are you ready? Grab your snacks, ladies and gentlemen. We're building an iron farm. Let's go. That's right. Today is the day we are going to take on building this iron farm. And today we're going to have a little bit different of a format. We're going to be seeing a lot of clips because this iron farm takes a lot of work, a lot of off-camera stuff. And I want to show you, I'm going to bring you along for some of it. And so there's going to be talky bits over some of the pieces that I'm doing kind of in a sped up type thing. So we are going to be having that. So hopefully that all comes together. But before we get started, let us get back into our mode here, bring back the HUD, and let's take a look at some of the things that I've pulled together from fishing and from mining right here. So we're going to put our armor back on. You can see kind of what I've put together here. Aqua Affinity was really helpful for some of the materials collection. And there we go. We've got some basic armor. We're not putting on the diamond armor quite yet, and we see right here in particular diamond boots. I got a Depth Strider 3 book. I thought, you know what, maybe I'll put that on some boots, and then lo and behold, Depth Strider was going to be on the boots when I enchanted it, so I went ahead with that. So I've still got a Depth Strider 3 book. Another thing to take a look at here is this pick. I think I mentioned it in the last one. I was looking for one of these. Look at this guy. Efficiency 5, Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3, Mending. Now, not all of those came on the enchant initially. It was an Efficiency 4, Fortune 3, Unbreaking. I went and got me a Mending book from a villager that Basket had bred up, and I also put another Efficiency 4 book on it, and now I just use this for mining. So whenever I go along and I hit one of those fortunable ores, it repairs itself, which is great. So that's the mine. I showed you how I was doing that. And before we get into anything further from that, let me just say that in the intervening time between the last episode and this one, Forge has released a beta version for Minecraft 1.9. And so we are running some mods. So let's just take a look here. I'm going to show you some of the ones that we're doing because some of the client-side mods that I really enjoy using are now available. So you see we've got Journey Map on there. We've got the light level overlay also. And then also for this build, I've been using the, the chunk border overlay. Usually that's in NEI, but NEI is not updated to my knowledge. There is a replacement for it called Just Enough Items. I use that on occasion, but for now I've just got Journey Map and light level overlay. And what that gives me, let me just show you real quick. We can hit, hopefully I got the controls set up correctly. We can go down here, Journey Map. Okay, there's some issues. Okay, yeah, F7. So normally it puts it in F4, and then I always move it back to F7 because that's what NEI has it on. So we go here, you can see the light level overlay, and if we were to throw down a torch, it just recalculates all of it. So there we go. We're pretty good over here. We got enough for the mushrooms to spawn or to spread. Let's pull that off because it's rather distracting. The other one, you're going to see, I'm going to bring up the J right here. You might have seen me in my modded series bring up J and show them the map. So here's the map down here in the caves. You can see kind of the mining structure that I did. Yep, so I've gone 128 in this direction, ended about there, but I needed some more redstone, so I popped out this way some. And I went 128 in each direction as we see there. And what that is doing is that feather mining that I was calling it. Asterius from Votable.com calls it leaf mining, which I think is apt as well. So there we go. You can see kind of the structure that I've got going there. Now, in all of that mining, let's take a look. All right, are you ready? Check that out. All that lapis and all that coal. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, plenty of resources. All of the redstone I've sent back upstairs for the iron farm, and also the iron and gold I have sent upstairs as well. We needed gold for converting some villagers. Now, one of the mods, actually let's talk about journey map real quick. In some of the clips you're going to see, you might see the mini map. Let me just show you how that works. We can go over into options and we'll bring the mini map. Let's do enable. Okay, let me show you what that's all about. So you see in the top right corner, we've got the mini map that shows the caves. And if I was to show mobs, it would show those as well. I decided about halfway through or so through some of the clips that I'm not going to be running the mini map. So we're going to turn that back off. It takes up too much screen real estate, and I think it takes away from the overall vanilla feel. Yes, we are running some mods. Yes, I keep hitting my microphone, and I'm going to keep those clips in. But yeah, I am going to keep this because it's very useful once we get on the surface. But one of the mods that has not updated yet is the replay mod. Crushed Pixel is working on the 1.9 version of it, but it is a rather involved mod, and so we'll have to see when he gets the time to really finish that. So unfortunately, we do have a lot of building, and that means it would be great for one of these replay mod time lapses. We're not going to get that this time. Instead, I'm just going to show you a little montage of the materials collection, and we'll come back and I'll show you everything that I've put together for this iron farm, and then we'll get to building it. All right? We'll see you on the other side. Alright, well, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that little montage. Let's take a look at the results here. See, we've got a fair amount, and you can probably hear above me, we've got some villagers going. I've been trading this coal here, getting some emeralds. So, yeah, they're up here above me in this dirt area. It's kind of a little breeding cell, but yeah, so I'm getting that whole thing started. And anyway, what we're going to do now is go into another time-lapsey bit. Yes, this, it's a little bit different format, but we're going to go into more of a speedy up chat bit. And what I'm going to do is just kind of explain what it is that I'm doing as I build this thing, all right? So let's get to it. All right, and here we go. We are building a little platform on which to actually build the iron farm. Got this mountain, and it's not the most flat, and I don't want to sit there and flatten a mountain for this, so we're just putting a platform. We'll start to heal up the villagers too. We need a couple of them. There we go. We've got 2, and then we can work on the breeding cell. We're going to make a little farm area for them. Eventually, they will hopefully get a farmer going, and then that'll keep things going. But yeah, now it's time to move the villagers into the breeder pocket and get them out of the way of the farm. You can move stuff around in boats, even on land, which is kind of derpy, but that's in 1.9. So we've got the villagers moved, and now it's time for part of the farm build. This is the collection area for the golems. You can see the drop area down below. Put in some water just to move them to the middle. Cover with some glass to get rid of spawning spaces. And now we'll trade up the villagers, feed them a bit, and then there we go. We've got a baby villager. So breeding is happening. Now it's time to move on to the rest of the build. This is one of the door wings. We're putting in some lighting and then filling in with the rest of it, with the rest of the stone brick. And then we'll go in with some glass. And then the doors. Lots of doors. And that's just one wing. We'll put a roof on it as well once we get all these doors in. There we go. Putting the roof on. And then Kondrik has joined for this little bit. He took care of one side. I took care of the other. And then we'll get started on the redstone now. If you want to know more details, I've left a link in the description box below for Daniel Kotes' tutorial on this particular iron farm design. I'm just laying in a lot of the redstone for the villages to form properly. Okay. And then got a little achievement there. I've gotten that with Kondrik pretty much on every server I've been a part of. And then we're going to move into more of the active redstone. This is the clock area that's going to be resetting the villages if we need to as the iron farm gets going. Again, the details are in the tutorial that I've linked down below. So we're just going to kind of skim over all of this. Here's the central clock that moves villagers up and down and opens the doors and all of that stuff. And that's the main clock right there that runs the whole thing. Just to show you, it's a little etho hopper timer, nothing too fancy. Now it's on to the towers. This is one side, and I don't show you both of them. We're just going to take a look at one of them. This is a villager pocket right here. We'll put on some doors at the very top. So hopefully you're not afraid of heights. Check in the final numbers, and that's going to be it. I like being able to carry animals around in boats. This is just silly. Yes, this guy showed up in the boat. I had a boat up near the iron farm area, the build area, and then this pig just jumped in. I didn't push him in. He just jumped in. So I figured, you know what? We're just going to keep him. This is going to be my boat pig. So we're going to keep him in this boat. We'll come over here and get out. Can we get out? There we go. And so let's get out of F5 mode. Go over here. Yep, I named him the boat pig. So there we go. That's going to be the replacement for Josephine. I am over here at Spawn Town because I heard there's a little something something for me at my house as a result of some recent Easter shenanigans. And look at this place. Oh, Hotel Netherrack is gone. And it looks like there's a build going in place right now. This is really good. Over here we've got some doors and village. Oh, it looks like this is from Jan's episode. She's trying to move the village center away from the whacked mole to kind of spread these villagers out around here. So yeah. Ooh, I left my door open. I've gotten some dogs, which is good. And there was, oh, there it is. Happy Easter basket, LL. So Lapis Lori has brought us an Easter basket. Let's take a look. Hardened clay, yes. She mentioned in Discord that a mesa has been found. So there we go. Thank you very much, Lapis, for that. That's awesome. We will put that away there and put the hardened clay right there. And there we go. I'm going to head back to the iron farm. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The structure of the iron farm is complete. What we've got to do next, though, is get some villagers into these towers, which is arguably harder than following that tutorial. We've got to get them on each of those emerald blocks. I used emerald blocks just to signify, hey, this is going to be villagers. Villagers and emeralds just tend to go together in my mind, as they should. And so yeah, the problem with moving villagers is that the normal way of doing this would be in minecarts. But minecarts and villagers just don't get along right now in 1.9. There was, through a series of fixes that Mojang put in for 1.9, minecarts and villagers broke. So we're going to try something else. I'm going to try and make the villagers climb a ladder. So we'll have a tower something like this, and we'll get the villager. So we should probably put the villager on this block and then push him into here, and then we'll build the rest of the tower as we go up. And you can see that we've got a little bit of a hole right there. We should be able to get all the way up there. But let's take a look with our cheaty zoom key just to be sure. That's the hole for, no, that's the roof for that first detector village up there. But yeah, we'll have to get villagers on each of those. So yeah, what I'm going to do is build a tower, and then I will start pulling villagers out of here. Let me just show you what we've got. We should have plenty for this whole setup. I think that might be more than 30. So we'll have to do some creative management, if you will, later. So as I pull them out, I'll probably trade them up as much as is possible, and then we'll send them up into the tower to their final home there, and then we got to get them over into here. And as I did with the construction, what I'll do is show some bits and pieces of trying to get these guys into their final positions. Alright, so a lot of time-lapsey bits. Hopefully it's not too much, but again, this is just the way the format is for this video. We got to get this project done, and hopefully you are satisfied with the overall result. But I'm going to get that tower built, and then we'll start pulling some villagers out. Alright? Well, I figured it was probably time for a quick progress update, so I've got these villagers in this box, and I've gotten all the villagers up top there, which means that it was time for a system test. So I ran one earlier, and I started getting golems spawning in the northwest corner there, which means something's off with the timings, or one of the doors is out of place. So I'm going to have to go through with a more fine-tooth comb and make sure that I've got everything set up correctly. So for now, I've got this thing turned off, so I put in a lever right there. That's going to always power this piston to keep the reset switch from happening. And also, I've got a lever over on this thing, the main clock, and that's always keeping that hopper timer from running. So I've got the thing turned off so that we don't generate any lag, because since the golems were spawning out there, it means the villages weren't quite getting built correctly, so we got to be careful with that. But for now, well, I'm gonna take care of debugging off camera, and then when I bring you back, we should be good to go. One more thing to note is that I have torn down Hotel Netherrack. I also got into a little scrape with an iron golem while I was doing that. Took me 2 hits and I was gone. So yeah, got to be careful when dealing with villagers and golems. But I'll be back once I get this thing going and generating iron. Well, I said I'd bring you back when this thing was working, and we're right in the middle of a reset, but I will tell you this, it's been working quite well. I'll show you the results of that in just a moment, but T.O. and Prezi came on and helped me debug this thing, found that I had put 2 extra pieces of dust right here and copied my mistake over there on the other side, and then this repeater was out of place as well. It was 1 further over, so it wasn't carrying that signal up, which means that our villager up there and up there, they didn't get into the right place, and so those villages did not get formed correctly, and that's why we were getting golems in the wrong spot. And we keep getting ghost blocks here. That's something that's wrong in 1.9.0. We haven't updated the server quite yet, but we are doing pretty well in terms of the iron. Let me show you what I've got. For now, the iron golems are falling right in the middle there. And while I was getting the new collection area set up, I happened to have a slight problem. I hit one of them and it took 1 hit. 1 hit, and all of my stuff went into the lava pit right in the middle there, including my original mending silk touch pick. I was not very happy. It's the closest I've come to doing a rage quit in Minecraft in quite some time, but I persevered. We got this thing done. So we've got a little temporary bulk storage for the iron. All of the iron and poppies come through here. We've got a basic sorter back behind here, and a little bit of an item, kind of an item, I don't know, silo, I guess. So we've got full double chest of iron right there, double chest of poppies, and then there's some back in the back. That light doesn't actually mean anything. It's just there for decoration and to keep mobs from overrunning everybody here when they come get their iron. But for now, what I've been doing is just leaving my camera account logged in underneath the iron farm to keep those chunks loaded. And that means we keep this going, because I haven't put in the nether portal trick yet to keep the villages from merging. We'll get to that in a future episode, probably next week, but we shall see. Anyway, that's going to be it for this week. That's quite a project. We've got that done. I've got plenty of editing. Excuse me as my phone goes off here. I've got plenty of editing to go take care of now, and so I'm going to get doing that. So join me once again next week as we work on more. Ooh, the boat pig's gone. Well, that's see some pigs over here. I wonder if these are the boat pig. I don't know how the boat pig could have gotten out of the boat. Oh, nope. No boat pig. No boat pig. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of sad. I didn't even have the boat pig for 1 full episode. That's kind of sad. Well, I hate to end on a low note, but join me next week. We'll try and find the boat pig and also finish the iron farm. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated. If you haven't done so already, think about subscribing. Doesn't cost you a dime, and make sure that you're up to date on what's going on the channel. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.